My name is Sean DeBevoise. I actually just wanted to make this video really just to say thank you for everyone that supported me so far, and for the people that hopefully will take a look and see what I've been through and what my story is basically. I guess this May will be 11 years when I was shot 4 times actually and had some grenade shrapnel basically peppered throughout my body. I grew up in New York, New City, New York. And 9/11 occurred when I was a junior in high school, and very athletic, decent student. And I was accepted to U.S. Merchant Marine Academy and a couple other colleges, but I just decided to go to the military, just basically because I was pissed off, just like everyone else would. But there was actually no reason I could think of not to go, and that's what I did. So that's what I thought was right to do, and that's what happened. But so I went to Haiti and I went to Iraq twice, but throughout that I worked my way. I was an anti-tank assaultman by trade, and then I went to Scout Sniper School, deployed the first time to Iraq, doing sniping, and then went to Reconnaissance Battalion. And then within a couple months of that deployment to Iraq, I was hit by 2 IEDs. I was actually blown out of the vehicle the second time and drugged like 100 yards. Then 2 weeks later, I think, or 2 weeks later exactly, I was actually the point man on a raid going into a warehouse that we had intelligence of, and basically I got cut off. I went into the warehouse, and the second guy behind me took a hard right. This is at night. He turned his flashlight on. A machine gun basically opened up and basically took him out right off the bat. But by then I was actually across the warehouse, and my team leader backed out of the warehouse, or that room. And from there, just obviously, didn't go well. But I dropped to a knee. I got shot actually twice, one on my ankle and one on my thigh, and actually came out and went back in. I was kind of in a kneeling position, so it was such a weird spot. But I got the guy that actually shot Deal, and basically I stumbled up to the wall that they were hidden behind because there's absolutely nothing there. And I leaned into the window, and I was firing down to the right. And actually, just because that's where the machine gun was, there's a lot going on in between all this stuff, so it's not as clear cut as what I'm explaining, but this is a quick rundown. And so I was shot actually right here, came out right here, so then I went to shoot to the left because that's where I got shot from that time. And then I got smacked in the helmet by the guy. He was within arm's distance, but this is dark, and I was actually firing that direction right then, but I think I was honestly like shooting right around him. He was right there, and I felt that stud on my helmet, and then it was a skull-crushing explosion that occurred. And from there, I obviously, as soon as that happened, I knew that something was wrong because it felt like my skull got crushed in by a sledgehammer. And I feel like I got a couple steps in or whatever, but I probably just like stumbled back or went limp or whatever. But I actually was still somewhat conscious. I couldn't move or anything, so I did see another guy run down that alleyway, and that's kind of where everything it really I remember a lot, but not very clearly. But Deal ended up passing that night, and that's just that was by far now I'm known as the guy that's been shot 4 times and blown up and still alive. So I have a plate in my on the right side of my skull. This is all plate, about a third of my skull, and the bullet shrapnel is basically in my brain, went right through my helmet. I got shot in the shoulder. I got actually more. It's kind of a graze through my ankle. One went in my thigh, came out, went back in. Basically, the only person I could see those scars are my girlfriend, and the shoulder one, of course. But from then on, it took forever to walk. The best thing I got out of it was Rusty here. Come here, buddy. Rusty, come here. And we've been through a whole lot. Come here, buddy. Come on. Rusty, get over here. And I don't know. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown, and he really has kept me sane throughout this the past 10, 11 years. But I've done everything I can. The best that I can, and I'm doing everything, or I'm trying to do everything right, and I really haven't asked for much. I've tried to fundraise with numerous nonprofits. I've went to school, got paralegal certification. My undergrad is in biology and psychology from St. Andrews Presbyterian College, and I worked on my master's, but then I had to go to Texas for this new brace actually in Texas for, it was a couple months, so I kind of put a halt on my master's. But then I don't know, it gets complicated, of course. But so I'm just trying to get my life back in order, and just a working world, basically. I'm reading between the lines, and I mean, a lot of people say, like, is this in your head or not? But I was supposed to get at least 6 decent jobs past the past 10 years, and always something has come up, and it's not on my end, like, the job just like seems to slowly dissipate, and I'm reading between the lines that it's just, I don't know, I guess my disabilities, to me, they're not holding me back, but it seems like other people or situations seem to hold me back. So I don't know, I'm trying to set up something that I really love to do, I have a passion for, and I have the background for at this point, and my problems really do disappear on the water. And my mobility, I fish on my own, and I've moved out here in the middle of nowhere. Basically, I wanted to, but to heal and work on school and work on myself, and get back to I'm an outdoorsman as is. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in the water? But it's just one of those things on my pension, and it does put a lot of anxiety. I mean, anyone that knows me knows kind of how I am. I push myself to the extreme, and knowing I have this bullet in my head and everything, I want to get everything done, and I don't want to be on my deathbed, regretting that I never had a chance. So I mean, this is my attempt and my dream, and I really want to accomplish it. And I mean, I understand if it doesn't happen, but this is basically this isn't easy for me, I guess. The last thing I want to do is ask for this and not be able to achieve it on my own. But I'm doing what I can with what I had, and that's all we can do. So I do appreciate your help, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the water. Thanks, man.